Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we have a very exciting program for you. We're going to try to climb up to Mount Lassen, and the reason I say we're going to try is because there's weather predicted today. It's supposed to rain, and Mount Lassen's at 10,500 feet. So if it does rain, it could be awfully treacherous up there, and we don't want that. So we're just going to give it a go. It's a 2,000 foot climb up to the peak, and it's fairly steep. You can tell by my breathing I'm working hard, and it's just the beginning. Give another look at the mountain. The other thing I should note, if you look behind me there, you can see the parking lot, and it's relatively empty. And the reason for that, I think, is that people consider it not a great day to do this. It's kind of a shame that the Park Service has to point this out, but they do. And here's the scar of people trying to shortcut the trail. And of course, that could take decades to heal up. All right, so that sign was back there at the first switchback, so we're working our way up, and so far the trail is really quite easy. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Down there you can see the parking lot where we started. One interesting thing I've noticed is these tracks coming up here, like, and I'm showing you a single track, but it's actually a dual track. So I guess it's a trail machine or something. I don't know if it's a rescue machine or something they brought up here. So we'll see if the trail is wide all the way up. We're not very far up at this point, maybe just a couple hundred feet, but there's a place where the trail kind of levels out, and it's in a stand of trees. It's a really pretty place. And then the trail continues up after this section. But it's a really fun walking through these trees and just have a little respite here with a nice view to the summit. And this plaque here shows us where we are on the trail. And as I look toward the summit, I'm hoping that the fog will clear enough to have a great view up there. Here's another plaque about the Clark's nutcracker, a common bird up in these parts. Here's a view to the distance, and there's a very large lake out that way. And when I figure out what that is, I'll put it down below. But here we are looking down the trail. We're still below tree line. I forgot to point out that it's mid-September right now, so having a storm blowing in is a little bit unusual, not out of the question. Information plaque down there says that when you climb up here, you should be prepared for adverse weather any time of year. And so, although today's a little bit unusual, it's not completely out of the question. And I think even in the summertime, you can have a cold snap come through here. So if you do climb this, be sure to bring some warm gear and also some rain gear, something to cover you up in case it starts raining. And here's a plaque about the pika, which is a really interesting mountain critter. In case you're wondering, Mount Lassen is 10,457 feet, and the high point of the road down below is 8,500 feet. And then the parking area for the Lassen Trailhead is just below the summit of the road. So it's essentially a 2,000 foot climb. And so far, I haven't climbed 1,000 feet yet, so I'm not halfway, probably a third of the way. So far I have to report that the trail is unbelievably nice. It's just beautiful. And of course the views that you get as you're going up are wonderful. Somebody's been doing some nice trail work here, building these rock walls. If you're like me, you'll use these plaques on the way up as an excuse to stop and read and rest. But here it shows, I feel like I've come up a long way, but you can see I'm not very far up. That last plaque was explaining how they use potassium and argon to determine the age of the volcano. And using that technology, they were able to determine that this volcano was formed 27,000 years ago. And here's a plaque about some alpine plants that you might be lucky enough to see as you make your climb up the mountain. All right, well, I would call this good news. Looks like we have a half mile to go. Notice how they painted the top of that. That's kind of cute. Well, the weather's not all that great, but the lighting is absolutely gorgeous. This is really nice. There's the blob in front of you, and here's the trail continuing up. All right, folks, this is the final stretch to the summit. Time for a little wardrobe adjustment, as you can see, but it's kind of looking like we're going to make it. There's the summit area in the distance. We're almost to the top. It's right there. Splendid views. Gonna get a good view while we can, just in case we don't get one at the top. Soon we arrive at the Trailhead summit, and the Trailhead summit is not actually the true summit. The Trailhead summit has all these plaques here, but the true summit is in the distance. And from there you can check out all the plaques, and it's really cool just to read up on everything and hang out. But if you look in the distance, you'll see the real summit, and there's kind of a use trail that will take you to the real summit. Okay, folks, right behind me back there, this is considered the summit. And if I look forward, you can go around and have a peek to the backside. It's a little extra credit. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to show you what it looks like. There's the trail over there. And there's some kind of radar apparatus, a device on the peak there. That's probably the true summit right there. Okay, folks, we're really lucking out on the weather. Beautiful lava fields over there. There's some snow up here, and we're actually getting views, and I'm hoping to get a view over toward the direction that we're heading. Again, this is not the official trail, so caution is in order. It looks like it gets a little steep up here. Maybe it does a switchback or something, or maybe not. Okay, folks, I followed that use trail up to the true summit of Lassen here, and if you look behind me here, it's a class 2 scramble to get up to the summit. The weather's changing fast, and I'm going to pass on it, but it's not that hard if you're comfortable with class 2 scrambling. I'm going to show you in the distance there. The weather is looking a little iffy, so I think it's a good idea to get down and not waste time playing around up here. Hey everyone, thanks for coming along on this great adventure on Mount Lassen. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. The trip down is going well. It's absolutely beautiful conditions. I kind of lucked out because the weather held. So until next time, thanks for watching.